Okay, hello.
Welcome.
Perhaps there might be music with this. We don't know, but at this moment in time,
I know. It was revealed to me in a dream that there would be music in this part.
but you'll see at the end development.
Yeah, currently the music is actually playing in my head, so...
Very nice, very nice. So we didn't actually have a plan for the theme originally.
We did, though.
But first I want to tell everybody about our D sponsor. This is somebody that we want you to not check out their channel.
They have taken money from us, actually.
No, but basically what we're going to do is we're not even going to tell you their channel. Caleb Bochting. We're not going to tell you his channel though, but
yeah, be sure not to check out.
Do not check out.
Do not do it at all.
Do not check it out.
Do not.
If you are subscribed to Caleb Bochting's channel, unsubscribe. And when he asks you why,
break in and enter.
When he asks you why, then you say that he has more important things to do than be on the Counter-Claim podcast.
When he is speaking to you in person, asking you in real time why you're not subscribed.
Yeah, then say because he's not on the Counter-Claim podcast.
Hit him like really hard with your elbow. You get brownie points if
everybody who's subscribed to Caleb Bochting's channel go on strike from his channel until he gets onto this.
Yeah, go strike Caleb Bochting. Bonus points if you can knock a tooth out.
Yeah, because the past few times we've asked him, "Yo, you ready for the podcast?"
I think he's just scared.
And then I think he is because he's always like, "No, I got all this stuff to do."
I've got all this stuff to do.
That sounds like a whole lot of excuses to me. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is more of an appetizer video because...
This is exactly what the title of this video is.
Yeah.
Counter-Claim Appetizer.
But,
we're thinking of doing this whenever there's not a guest, so...
Yeah.
It might be shorter, might not. I would absolutely love for it to be shorter, though.
Yeah.
So my computer can, handle it without...
Yeah, that sounds great to me as well.
Sounds great to me as well.
I'm thinking about at the very max, 45 minutes, but...
I think that sounds good, yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, what do you want to talk about?
You were talking to me, new cat movie.
Oh, yes, Puss in Boots 2.
Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish.
Yes, The Last Wish.
Oh, yes.
So, what did you think about the movie?
It was awesome.
It was surprisingly actually good, though.
What?
It really was.
Okay, right off, why does everybody say it's surprisingly good? It's not like DreamWorks has, made bad movies in the past.
No, it's not that it would be bad. I just thought it would just be your run-of-the-mill movie, and it wouldn't be anything like that superb about it.
That's also maybe it's like what happened with Shrek, like Shrek 3, Shrek 4,
Yeah. But it was, considering I actually remember most of the last Puss in Boots. I believe that was a lot. There's a pretty big gap between those movies.
I haven't seen the only Shrek movie I've seen is Shrek 1.
I've seen Shrek 1, Shrek 2. I don't think I've seen.
So you're well versed in this.
I've seen part of Shrek 3 and it was not good, but But the original Puss in Boots movie, I think I actually have it downstairs.
I do not.
It has a completely different animation style to at least Puss in Boots has.
Well, this one was inspired by Spider-Verse and such.
Well, yeah, sure, but...
What do you mean? You said that yeah, sure thing, buddy. Keep talking wrong.
But, they actually had a series for Puss in Boots on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched that when I was littler.
I think I watched that, too.
That had the same animation as this movie. Not animation, they had the same graphics as this movie.
The same graphics.
The first Puss in Boots movie had some weird, funky graphics when I look back at them.
It's because, when did it come out? It was, early 2000s?
But do you remember that one that had, Humpty Dumpty in it?
I told you, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. But, yeah.
Welcome to the Counter-Claim podcast where we don't listen to each other at all.
Mainly just Jackson. I listen to myself all the time.
I listen to myself, but only because I have to.
So let's do an overlay on the characters.
Puss in Boots. He's a cat
speaking of the way, if you haven't seen Puss in Boots 2 and you actually don't want to be spoiled by this, please watch the movie first.
No, keep watching this episode if you want to be spoiled.
Because why don't we just... We'll probably end up doing a summary of the movie like we did Frosty.
Yeah.
But, let's do an overlay on the characters. So you have Puss in Boots, which is,
he's the Spanish cat with a sword.
But in the movie, he says he doesn't speak Spanish.
He does speak Spanish, though, sometimes, right?
Yeah, but remember when he was talking to the dog, he said...
I don't know. What?
No, remember when they're eating food and he's talking to the dog beside him?
He like drowns himself in the food. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I thought it was a cat that when he turns into like a dog.
He turns into a dog. Yeah.
Okay.
But he talks to the cat
alert.
dog and
cat dog.
And he
no,
says
that's Nickelodeon friend.
But he says no hablo inglés. And he's like, and then the dog cat starts.
That's a joke because he was speaking English beforehand.
Starts speaking in Spanish, but then remember after that he says, I don't speak Spanish either.
Well, that's the joke. He says, I don't speak English. And then the dog's like, oh, hablo speak Spanish? And then he's like, I don't speak Spanish either. He's like trying to get the dog to shut up. Oh, cat, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but still, he admitted to not speaking Spanish.
What?
He's probably just from Spanish descent and he's English.
It's like a witch trials. Like
his mother was English and his father was Spanish.
His mother was a cat.
That is the theory. That is the theory.
That is my theory. Here's my theory. His mom was actually like... he's like Jesus Christ. He doesn't... he's like Anakin. He actually doesn't have a mom.
Okay.
The Shrek movie makers just made him out of nothing.
Very
I don't know
nice.
why I thought of Jesus. He had both a mom and a dad, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so then there's the dog guy and
the dog
that's actually a cat.
No,
or the other way around.
It's the other way. It's the other way around.
But then he's like probably has ADHD or something, or has something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's very hyper the whole movie.
He's very crazy. He's a little crazy. He's kind of like the Joker.
At first, it's a little annoying, and then it's like, no, he's a nice guy.
That's exactly how I thought. I was like, I hate this character. And then it comes to the part where he's like in the woods, and he's like having a panic attack, and the dog like comforts him. And I'm like, this dog's like,
this is not that bad.
Yeah, this dog's pretty alright.
Were you also kind of surprised though by like there's like, I know in the original Shrek, I don't know about the rest, but I know in Shrek they cuss a few times.
Oh yeah, they do.
I gotta say though, I was a little surprised with the darkness. There was some hints of darkness in there,
Yeah.
Like when he was first hit by the sword, like there was blood.
Oh yeah,
I was surprised by the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
usually there's no blood in those type of things.
Yeah, like aimed at a younger audience. I'm gonna say like kids and stuff, because like. You can be an adult and enjoy that too.
Mainly the wolf parts were the parts.
The wolf was so awesome.
The wolf was great.
What? We said we were gonna spoil it, so I'm just gonna say Death was so cool.
Yeah.
He's like easily like top DreamWorks. I almost said Pixar. Top DreamWorks protagonist and antagonist.
But do you know? I heard he's actually not the villain of the story. He's technically not the villain of it.
That's like you know how
because he's just doing his job. So.
Well. Yeah, but
at the same time, he said he was cheating, though.
But Darth Vader and the Emperor were just doing their job.
Yeah, but this is in a different way. Darth Vader isn't death himself.
Well, he pretty much is. I mean, if you saw, like... I don't know how else to describe it, but...
Darth Vader wasn't doing his job.
Yes, he was!
The whole purpose of his job was to gain power. It was for his own greed.
He was just doing it because the Emperor told him to.
And because he wanted to as well.
Yes! Because it was his job.
The job for power. The job completely revolved around gaining power.
So,
what are you talking about?
What Skyler's saying is, Death is more of a force of nature than like an actual evil guy. Even though he was trying to rob Poos of his last life.
I didn't say he was an evil guy. I didn't say he was a force of nature. He is, but he technically is. He is evil because he should have let him live out his last life.
That's what he does at the end of the movie. He's like, live your life, Puss in Boots.
Yeah, pretty much. But but he's not actually the main villain. It's actually Jack
Horner.
Jack Horner. Yeah.
I disagree. Are you saying that because like he wasn't in the movie a whole lot?
No, like that's actually who the villain is.
Is that what the movie maker said?
I'm pretty sure.
That's stupid.
Because
like he's the whole reason the plot happens.
I agree, but
yeah,
technically he's not a villain, I guess. But
he's like it's like Darth Vader versus Jabba the Hutt. Like Jabba the Hutt is in like more Star Wars. It's more in like maybe that's a bad comparison. Darth Vader and like the Emperor. Like sure, Darth Vader's in more of the movies, but like the Emperor's like the big bad of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I did like Jack Horner surprisingly.
Jack Horner, dude, he's so awesome.
He was cool too though.
Yeah.
Because He was just okay. You had three types of villains in that movie. Three types of villains. You had the one that you kind of feel sorry for.
Yeah.
You have the one that's like the creepy kind of cool villain, and then you have the other one that's just a complete jerk. Like does not care at all.
Yeah. It's impressive too because like, they like didn't like skip out on any of the characters. Like they were all like fleshed out to some degree.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily like Jack Horner, but he was just kind of like evil for evil's sake. He's pretty funny too.
Yeah, and I always like about these Shrek things is I really like how they take nursery rhyme characters that are completely different from these characters and like make them into something else.
Yeah, don't lie. Did you know a lick about Jack Horner before you even saw the movie?
Yes, and you want to know why?
You're lying.
Because there's a ride at Holiday World that goes through the different fairy tale things, and he was one of them there. That's the only reason I know that person.
I gotta look it up. Is it like Little Jack Horner?
Yeah, it's Little Jack Horner.
Yeah. Well, okay. The big thing about villains nowadays, like, oh, you got to make them like sympathetic and stuff and such. Like genocidal Thanos is like.
And technically, they had that.
Well, yeah, they definitely had that, but they also.
It's good because they had all three parts.
Yeah, like there's something for somebody to like about the movie.
Yeah, but the villains were great. I also really liked like the Jiminy Cricket spin-off cricket thing that was on.
Yeah,
it was on.
You're an irredeemable monster. Yeah, what took you so long? He flicks him off his shoulder. That was awesome. Isn't he the one that like kills him at the end of the movie?
No, he's not.
Oh,
because they rip up the wish.
Oh yeah, he rips up the. I was trying to remember. He does something at the end of the movie, but I couldn't remember what it was.
The cricket like gets on the bear's nose and he's like, "Oh, there's like a cockroach on my nose."
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's like
try to eat him.
Oh yeah, he's like, "There's a cockroach on my nose."
Did you not think the cricket sounded exactly like Jimmy Stewart? Like, exactly like Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart? Who's Jimmy Stewart?
He's the main character in It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh. Maybe that was the point.
I don't know if you remember his voice. I don't even know if he played the original Jiminy Cricket, but he sounded exactly like Jimmy Stewart. Like, exactly to the T. That's who I thought it was every time.
And maybe that's what they were going for. Like,
that might have been. But, That was cool, because I like how at the start he's like, arise, locust of death.
Yeah, and then you're like,
I'm
not a locust at all.
I'm a cricket.
I'm a cricket.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then he's like, oh, man, I feel sorry for me. All I had was an upstanding business.
Oh, yeah, that part was really funny. And he's like, I just need one wish to make me happy. All the magic in the world.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what makes you happy? All the magic in the world.
And he becomes like Genghis Khan with magic and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I gotta say though, I'm not a huge fan of sympathetic villains like you said. Even though they had other aspects, there were certain parts where they just like went on with the lives of the other three, and I gotta be honest, I was like, okay.
Like, wait, what was it?
Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I thought the Three Bears were funny, but a lot of the main Goldilocks parts, I was like, okay, when's this gonna be over? I don't mean it mean. I'm just like not a fan of sympathetic villains.
I'm not normally a fan of sympathetic villains, but I liked it too.
I liked it because it was balanced, but
it was built up over like a period of time.
But at the same time, I was like, okay, let's get on to the next part.
It wasn't like, oh, all our problems are like magically solved. It's like, oh, hey, I'm like thankful for you guys now because I realized like the alternative of it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how many lives the other cat has.
The other cat has? Oh, what is it?
Softpaws, whatever her name is.
Southpaws.
I bet she was just like, why do you gotta be so greedy and wanting 9 lives, and she has like all 9 lives.
Probably not. I think, isn't she like the same as Puss, where she's like an adventurer and stuff, and almost like
yeah, but I just assuming she has all her 9 lives. There because she's a woman character, which makes her like immortal. I don't mean it mean, but
yeah. Here's everything to you. Fun fact: women are immortal. There's something you can do about it.
But just assuming she still has all 9 lives, and Puss in Boots and her get married. After, like, eventually they'll die of old age, and she just comes back.
She comes back like Super
Mario. Right.
It's like that one like Super Mario thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is how it works. It's just like Super Mario.
Yeah, it's going to be just like... and that's why they're making the new Super Mario movie. Yeah, it's going to cross over with Puss in Boots.
That'd be awesome. Death shows up and he, like, cuts Mario's neck vein.
And he's just like, haha.
That's in his iconic haha.
No, and Mario's just like, haha.
Oh.
Because he comes back.
That's how.
And then after 3 lives he dies, but then he's just like, and then restart game, haha.
No, and then he dies his 4th time, and then the entire screen just says game over. And that's it. It does it for 57 minutes.
Game over. Yeah.
It does it for 57 minutes, and then like a voice says go home. That would be an awesome Into the Mario movie. He just got a game over.
Just goes to game over.
Yeah, just completely like.
Chris Pratt dies. Oh no.
Imagine if they made like you know how Marvel like they started off with Iron Man and then they did like Captain America and just
Iron Man was good.
It gradually became like a cinematic universe. Imagine if like that's what happened with Nintendo. They just kept like doing stuff and getting bigger.
That would be great.
That would be. I don't know how I feel about that. But...
They're gonna have a Waluigi movie eventually.
Waluigi movie? No.
Willem Dafoe plays Waluigi.
No, that would be like on Moon Knight, where like Waluigi gets its own TV show.
He gets like one series and nothing else ever is said about it.
One series.
I bet you that's what they're gonna do with all the Disney series.
What if they made like a Mario Party movie that was like in the style of Saw?
Waluigi is Saul. No, Wario is Saul.
Saw. Wait, why would Wario be Saul?
Because he's rich and greedy.
Why wouldn't it be like Bowser?
Why would it be Bowser's a villain?
Because he steals all the coins and he like moves the star. Yeah, he's a villain. What do you mean? Why would he be the villain? He's the villain.
No, but he doesn't think he's the hero.
What? What do you mean he doesn't think he's the hero?
The guy from Saul thinks he's a hero.
Neither does Bowser.
Bowser doesn't think he's a hero. He knows he's a villain.
Well, you were saying...
No, I was saying the guy from Saul thinks he's doing good.
Why does he think he's doing good?
Because
you trap people down in like a sewer tunnel, and you're like, cut off your leg with a hacksaw.
He thinks he's
I'm so heroic.
Okay, shut up.
I'm like better than all those people who donate
10%
of their spread. Okay.
But anyways,
welcome to Counter-Claim, where we talk over each other. Lenny's, go ahead.
But anyways, no, he thinks he's doing good because he's making people appreciate life.
What?
That's the whole plot of Saul, man.
I'm gonna steal your cat. It's gonna make you love your cat even more. I mean, I guess you're not supposed to agree with him.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but
I mean, if you agree with him, well, bye-bye.
I think we should just make Matt Pat the villain.
I think, we should make Matt Pat the villain of every movie.
Did you hear he sold Game Theory?
Is he still working on it and stuff?
I assume he is, because it doesn't really make any profit without Matt Pat, so I don't see why they would sell it without... No. Does that mean he just sold his soul as well?
No, he sneaks in. He sneaks in, like, he has like a little mustache on, and he's called Pat Matt. I'm Patrick Matrick.
Oh, and that
Patrick Mattress.
Markiplier does the same thing, and he sneaks in as well, and he's called Markiplier.
He has pink hair and a normal mustache.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, anything else in the story?
Anything else?
So,
what story?
Actually, let's just summarize the story.
Oh yeah, Puss like dies.
So no.
Puss dies.
First, he's like singing with other people,
and then he dies very tragically.
No. That's not
yes,
yet.
He does.
Doesn't come up yet. And then the governor comes in,
like
and then he's like, "You're going leave."
We gotta leave something for the people.
No, we can't leave anything.
What?
And then he defeats.
And then the governor makes him pay taxes, and he uses his right to bear arms in the Second Amendment.
And then the deer clop spawns in.
What? No, that's not what it is.
He's basically the deer clops. Have you seen? I showed you deer clops.
My favorite part of the deer clops. He has like an eye patch and a bell, and he swings at people, and he kills a cat.
No, I mean he's a deer.
No,
he has one eye.
No, he's not.
He's basically a deer.
He's made of wood.
He's
How
literally
is that a deer?
He has the form of a deer.
What even is a deer clops per se?
It's just like ducks. He's made of wood.
Oh yeah. No, that's witches.
And ducks.
No, ducks are made of ducks. Witches are made of wood.
No, ducks are also made of
wood.
Wood
Also floats, and witches
So
are...
does ducks, so they're made of wood.
Well, yeah, but they're also made of ducks. The ducks are made of wood, which are made of ducks.
Does that mean the deer clops is made of ducks?
Yeah. Can he float in water?
He can jump over water.
Well, that's close enough. Well, basically, like... Whenever you're floating, the atoms of the water are like jumping on top of you, so...
Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, but anyways, then he destroys the...
That's what Jesus did. He was just like doing a bunch of like little tiny hops over the water. Nobody saw him though, because it was really dark.
So, then he destroys the deer clops and gets the deer clops loot.
No,
and
he gets all he does is get a bell that squashes him like a Mario.
That's
swamp.
the deer clops loot.
Oh, okay.
Death.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
And he's like, "Oh, great! I have one life left." And then the doctor's like, "You should retire."
The doctor, barber, comedian,
Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario. He says, "You should retire," and he's like, "Retire? No."
And then Wolfman scares him and makes him bleed.
What?
And then...
You're like, okay. You're like, let's not we're just gonna spoil it. But you keep calling the wolf. You keep calling him the wolf.
He is a wolf.
He is also Death. Just call him Death. Like, you're not gonna spoil it. I mean, if you are gonna spoil it.
Well, but he hasn't been signified as Death yet, man.
Okay, fine. Well,
but then
it's like the dialogue just said he's like.
Then he goes to Cat Place to.
It was retirement home for cats.
He goes to Cat Place to.
He goes to cat heaven
to forgive his sins. To give his sins a forgiveness, and
now
then
I'm going to ask you a question here. If Puss in Boots occurred during the Rapture, would like all of 8 other Puss's lives met up with him?
A good question.
Does
that mean at least one of them would go to heaven?
There's the one life where he like devotes himself to God. Well, wait, because they're like all the other wives have like separate personalities. Like there's the one that's buff, there's one that's drunk,
like
there's
Batman.
one that's a gambler. Yeah, yeah, it's just like Batman. The part where he dies, but he gets revived. Well, that is.
And then he has cool Batman, sad Batman, smart Batman.
Oh, you're talking about the Lego Batman movie.
No, it's not Lego Batman. It's animated.
It isn't Lego Batman.
Well, it is, but I'm talking about like the series.
The series?
You know, the one where he splits parts and like.
Oh yeah.
He's like cool at one spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I showed you that video. It's Stoner Batman on YouTube.
Yeah. But then he runs away, and then bears come for him, and then he comes back.
Yeah.
And
he comes back.
Then he steals from.
Then
he steals from Big Horner Man.
Yeah.
Big Horn Man.
They like.
Who, by the way, looks like is built like a truck, man.
He's built like he's like skipped leg day because his legs can barely. It's like his legs are like doing a job of Atlas of like holding up the entire Earth.
No, it's really weird because, it's like he's fat but not.
Well, it's just like
it's like the weirdest thing.
Well, it's like the strongmen, like people who like bulk up so much that they just like kind of look fat, you know.
Yeah.
But they're like incredibly strong. They just like lift up a boulder.
Okay. Also. The guy also kind of looks like a revolutionary soldier, but in purple clothes.
And he doesn't have a hat, and he's not fighting.
Especially when he has the
that's his one wish.
The
to get
bow
rid of
and
the
arrow
bricks.
shooter, but it's the unicorn horns.
Oh yeah,
looks a lot like a revolutionary soldier.
That's a spoiler.
We're spoiling the whole movie.
We are spoiling the whole movie.
But then he steals from him, and then he
steals from him. He gets really mad,
and then he follows him along with the bear people.
Creep.
And
then you didn't even mention the other cat.
Oh, she also exists. And is trying to steal him. Also, he pretty much like left her at a wedding thing, and
at a wedding thing.
Which honestly is not a huge deal. Don't know why she was getting so mad about that.
She really wanted him to go to church. He did not, but
kind of made a huge deal out of nothing. Honestly, I'm just joking. But then
he should have made like even less of a deal of it.
Yeah.
Just be chill about it. Like, I'm sorry, I just didn't want to get married. Oh, okay. That's how you deal with that, like an adult.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess she's not an adult.
And then they
die.
They go to the underworld, and then it's like very bad, and then the dog touches the map, and it's like very good.
They don't go to the underworld.
It's basically the same.
No, you didn't even watch.
They go to the Brothers Grimm forest.
They got to they went to like okay, so there's like no, I'm not gonna explain. It's too hard.
That's why, that's why I'm abbreviating it.
I'm gonna let the cat at the beginning do it, but the cat, he wants to go to get the wish because he's out of lives. He's got
one more life.
He's out of Super Mario lives. He's got to get a few more. So
got to stock up. So now they're at the forest.
Yeah, everybody else has like a wish too. Like the Jack Horner wants to get toilet paper before COVID runs rampant and stuff.
Yeah, and the other person wishes for world peace, but everybody wants to stop her from getting that.
World peace, but it's just like a world of peas because it's the monkey paw. But that'd be so cool.
Anyways, What?
Like, oh no, it's just like if the wish like was made and just like monkey paws it, like I wish I had 9 lives. Like okay, you have 9 other versions of them now. Oh no, you have like your one life is divided into 9 separate ones. Just like monkey paw it, but
so you have a fraction of a life.
A fraction of a life. Well, 1/9 of a life. How would that work?
I
You just
have no
like
clue.
die faster, or
Yeah, you just die sooner.
Okay.
But then they go to a tulipy area with big flowers.
Big flowers.
And they get past that, and then big Jack Horner dude comes, and he's like, "Ba-boom!" And
That's yeah. He says "ba-boom" and it like.
And then all the chefs of his get killed.
Yeah, it was weird how like they did Big Adam West "ba-boom" on screen.
Yeah. But he called them the baker's dozen, so that's 13. So I thought there'd be like 13 of them, but they killed
Baker's
a lot
dozen
more
is
than 13.
12.
No, baker's dozen is 13.
Why would it be 13 if it's a dozen?
Because a dozen is 12. A baker's dozen is 13.
Why? They go up, above, and beyond?
Because when they first made that, chefs could be like sent in prison for making like a bad bread, so they made an extra one.
How do you know this on hand?
I don't know.
Sorry, responding to a text. Anyways, keep talking about like.
But I thought there'd only be 13 of them, but they killed off a lot more of his men.
Well, yeah, because he's evil.
Well, actually, he killed off a lot more of his men.
I was about to say
he killed off like he's the only one who killed off the men.
He's evil.
And then he pulls
we
out.
Spent like the first half of the episode talking. You're like,
he's just a jerk.
I can't believe it.
Then he pulls out the Jiminy Cricket dude, and he's like, "No, you shouldn't do this." But he uses the Phoenix Wright as a flamethrower.
Phoenix, oh yeah, that almost like got past me. Like, oh yeah, Phoenix Wright makes sense. Wait a second, but yeah, he uses Phoenix Wright to win the court case,
and then he burns down the court.
He burns down the court of flowers.
And then he gets past that, and then he uses his very cool powers to steal the dog away. And
that's not very cool though. If someone stole my dog, I'd be really mad. Actually, no.
Yeah, but the dog is annoying at this point. He isn't good yet.
He hasn't like had his redemption arc.
Yeah, but so then that happens, and then all three of the people fight the bears, the Jack Horner, and the cat dudes.
No, they don't.
And then they get the dog
You're
back.
lying.
And then Puss in Boots is mad scared, and he runs away from the wolf.
He's shivering in his timbers.
From the wolf dude, and then the
wolf is like, hey.
The wolf. All the wolf is doing is whistling a lovely tune. So
yeah.
If I were in his shoes, I would be very joyful about the situation.
Imagine, like, I'm like, hey, Skyler, I made a cool song for you. I played it. You start running away, like, scared. I'm like, that's weird. He doesn't, like, you hate running.
Man, all the wolf is just a musician in the story trying to get people to listen to his music.
He's like, hey, man, what's up?
Everybody's just terrified of his ugly face.
What? Are you calling him ugly? That's kind of rude.
Because it's actually like the Eye of Beholder in Twilight Zone, where everybody's actually ugly, but the one person that's not ugly is seen as ugly.
Okay, so Puss in Boots is Spanish, right?
I believe so.
Okay, we're gonna assume he's Spanish.
Oh, do you know the villain from Uncharted? The Spanish dude?
Yeah,
leader?
Puss in Boots.
Yeah, that's who Puss in Boots is.
Oh, yeah, it's Antonio Banderas, right?
Whoever's the lead. It's not the main villain, but it's like his father.
And okay, unsure.
But anyways, Jack Horner kills a lot of his men with unicorn horns.
As I was saying before, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, so like death becomes Spanish, and I'm assuming but imagine like a German guy like "Das going to live forever," and then death is like "Das not going to."
I would like to watch that movie in German.
Does death become like German? Is death like does death like adapt to whatever language you speak or something?
Spanish is now Russian in the German version.
Cool.
Ooh, wait, does that mean like in the Spanish version of it, like the Spanish parts of it are switched to English?
That's yeah. Well, that's what that's what people like whenever Spanish buzz in Toy Story 3. That's probably like I watched a video like what happens when you watch Spanish buzz in Spanish Toy Story 3, and everybody thought he was gonna start speaking English, but no, he just speaks like more traditional Spanish, I guess.
Oh, they should have made him speak English.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great. But then
Start speaking Navajo.
oh okay, but anyways.
What is it, like a kid on ice?
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
slipping on ice. Whoa.
But anyways, so the bear people have the map now.
No, they don't.
And yes, they do. Yes,
No.
yeah. And then they go to their house. Their house is back.
And then they sleep because they got hypothermia.
And then it is stolen from them by the cat people.
Not again.
And then the cat people run away.
Stealing is wrong.
But Puss in Boots goes in.
Do not take your kids to see this movie. It condones stealing.
But Puss in Boots
very
is
bad.
But Puss in Two.
Puss in Two.
I was thinking of Hoodwinked. But
I found the Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish.
The Last Wink.
The Last Winked. The Hoodwinked.
But anyways, so Puss in Boots is getting too warm, so he needs to be in a cold place. So he goes to ice.
Oh.
He goes.
Yeah, he grabs like the snow off the ground and just eats it.
So then he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, where he gets
Superman tells him, "Hey man, you may have one life, but it's pretty worth it." He just like glossed past that at all.
Puss in Boots drinks a weird potion that makes Superman look like a wolf.
What?
And then
then he mistakes him for death.
And he mistakes him for death because he accidentally says he's death.
Yeah, Superman does that a lot. If you read the comics.
Superman does that very often.
Yeah. He's like, hey, what's going on? It's me, Death. I mean, Superman. Oh, that's gotta suck when you're trying to like rescue a cat and you're like, you're speaking to the old woman like, what's going on? Old woman's like, my cat is in the tree. Like, don't worry.
My cat is in the
don't
Fortress
worry,
of Solitude.
Don't worry, Death is here. I mean, Superman is here.
But anyways.
What if she like died after that?
So then Superman tries to calm him down, but he runs away.
He runs away, very rude. Didn't even say hi or goodbye.
Meanwhile, the actual wolf guy, is working on his music in FL Studios.
No, he's not.
And
it is not.
But then he realized. Then he
looks at the camera and says, "This movie is sponsored by FL Studios. Click the link in the description."
But then he realizes he wants to be a part of the movie. So he.
Yeah, Death has this whole like. He's like, my dad wanted me to be Death, but I think I want to be a music engineer.
No. But then they all go to Rainbow Road, and
I love that part. And then he gets ran over by Mario. That's the end of the movie.
But Rainbow Road's actually a big lake.
And then it cuts to like a PSA, so it's like millions of cats get ran over each year. Slow it down.
And then oh, by the way, Jackster throws off
on a first name basis with them.
Throws off the
biggest party of the century.
No, yeah, that too. But then the cricket gets kicked out of the party.
That's how the movie ends.
But then
yeah, they dip
all three of them go to Rainbow Road.
They dip the cricket in like whiskey and like melt half his face off. He becomes Two-Face.
Wait, they are Spanish. They make him into a popsicle.
What? What is that?
Wait, no. Have you seen like the
so
Spanish? Have you seen like the popsicles made in like Mexico with like a bug in it?
What? Like the cartel got to him?
No. Have you seen those before?
The cartel got to the bugs. They put them in the icicles.
They have like popsicles made in Mexico and it has like a cricketer in it.
Does that like add flavoring to it?
I have no idea.
This one's cricket flavored.
I'm sure it's really delicious. But anyways, now they're all on Rainbow Road and they have like a Super Smash Bros. Standoff. And unfortunately for Jack Horner, he is only one person, so he gets sucked into Mary Poppins' bag.
I just realized. Well, I thought you were just like going off that like, oh, Super Smash Bros. That like obviously means nothing. But I realized if they go to like a certain area, they just die. So it really does make sense.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The border.
I hate you even more for it.
So anyways. Unfortunately, Jack Horner realizes he is only one person, and then decides to reach.
He's but a man, not He realizes the mortal gratitude of the situation.
He then decides to make a tactical retreat into Mary Poppins' bag.
He gets bored and goes home.
Which is his Mary Poppins' bag.
He's homeless.
So he lives in Mary Poppins' bag. He gets almost.
You can't tell me like if you were homeless,
crushed by a lamp.
What? How does that?
Because it was in Mary Poppins' bag.
What?
Because remember, she pulls out a lamp.
No, he takes that out.
He takes the lamp out.
He stole it, like...
multiple times.
Yeah.
But anyways, then Wolf guy, who's actually Death, but partially Superman, comes.
Oh my! You thought he was Superman. You think he's Superman before because he's wearing the Superman costume, but then like...
But then he's actually not Superman. But then he comes and brings fire with him, and he decides...
He casts fire.
Well, but then it goes into sudden death mode. That's why there's all the fire around him.
He brings gasoline to him, and he says, "You want to know how I got this gasoline?" And it cuts to like the Russian war.
No, but
it cuts to the war in Ukraine and like Russia cutting off with the US. It's
Super Smash Bros. And
it cuts to gas prices being ultra high.
It's just Death and Puss in Boots because they go into sudden death mode in Super Smash Bros. And then that's why all the fire's around them. And
that's very funny.
It is hilarious.
It makes me lol.
And then Puss in Boots finds out, realizes he does not care if he dies.
Wait a second.
So then
if I don't care, I die. He can't care that I die.
And then he says, "Pick up your weapons." And then he's like, "You know what? I think I'll
left their sword."
And then he's like,
"Imagine if he had like a that would be so cool if he had like an Alabama accent. Pick up your sword, sonny.
Pick up that there shotgun.
Pick up the sword, and I'll slice you."
And then the wolf makes a tactical retreat.
No, he doesn't.
He
gets bored.
He gets bored and makes a tactical retreat back into the portal of death.
Yes.
And
that's where he chills. That's where he's from.
And then Puss in Boots is yay. He has won.
Puss in Boots is yay.
But then Jack Horner dude knows that the dead man is gone, so now he can make
the dead man.
Now he can
dead man tell no tales.
And
they have no tales.
Now he is free to escape, and
so he's really scared of death.
so he escapes Mary Poppins' bag.
How does he do that?
He eats the big mushroom from Mario, and it makes him big.
He eats the mega mushroom from Mario.
The mega mushroom, it makes him big. So
it makes him mega.
He comes up as Mega Man.
No, he's Mega Jack Horner, the fifth.
And they think they're going to win at first, but then they realize Jack Horner has diamond armor. Unfortunately for him, though, there is no diamond gloves in Minecraft.
There's no diamond armor for the soul.
There's no diamond gloves in Minecraft, so they can easily destroy him by hitting him in the finger.
Hitting him in the finger.
Because they did not know, but Jack Horner's weak spot is the finger.
The finger. It is the finger. Why are you talking like this?
Because that's just how you talk like this stuff. Awesome. But anyways, he's like, "Oh no, my fingers have been mildly punctured."
Oh no, my favorite fingers.
But then they're like, "Ooh, there's also a map here. That's cool. Let's rip it up." And he's like, "No, how dare you do that?" And they're like, "Nah, it's fine." He's like, "I guess I will descend through the ground."
What are you talking? I don't remember any of this.
He goes into the ground and then he dies of explosion.
He digs into the ground like a mole with his big spade.
But then he dies of explosion because he is snapped out of existence by Thanos.
I think the explosion would kill him. You said he would die from an explosion, and you said he got stabbed by Thanos.
Because it wasn't enough. They had to make him die twice.
Does he really die? I forgot that part completely.
Well, the thing I was always waiting for is like he's like down there in the bottom.
He says, "Wait, I shouldn't have been evil the whole time."
No, the thing I was waiting for is like he's down in an exploded crater in the bottom or something, and then Death comes back and he's like, "Oh, it's your time now."
That would have been really cool.
I was waiting for that, and that never happened.
Why were you waiting for that? You just like want this poor guy to die.
I guess they didn't do that because they didn't want him to.
It's because Death was after specifically Puss in Boots, not Poor in Boots.
Yeah, he was after Puss because he was like overly confident, but not after like this maniacal villain who didn't care about anyone.
Because he had to teach him a lesson. He's doing it for fun. If you just kill a guy who's evil, then it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. But then Puss in Boots decide to name their dog Dog.
Well, no.
Actually, they decide to name their dog Puppy.
What? Burrito?
Burrito is puppy in Spanish.
Burrito? I thought there was like cat burrito.
No. So they decided to name their puppy Puppy.
Well, yeah.
But it's Spanish, so that means it's a different name.
That's what it is in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. People do that all the time. Like, maybe not for stuff like human or something, but...
But anyways, so they look up at fireworks that are from... Big Jack Horner's explosion.
No, that's actually the sun, and it's getting really close.
Also, okay, I do gotta say one thing. I wish they would have put the battle between the big Jack Horner before the battle with Death.
Yeah.
Because after that happens, it's kind of like, No.
It's kind of like, who cares? Puss is kind of immortal now. Yeah. Except he's not.
Because plus that would have destroyed the map, and then he would have been out of options for cowarding out.
What? Oh, who? Wait,
Puss.
what are you talking about?
No, because the map was destroyed in
he
that
was
battle.
out of options to put...
No, because he could have used the map for his 9 lives.
But he didn't, though.
Yeah, but...
No, he couldn't, because, like, Death would have been like... No, because Death is, like, distracting him and stuff.
No, because Death said, do you want to take the coward route out, or do you want to fight?
Do you want to fight? And he throws him
But see, if the map was already destroyed, he would have been out of options, so he would have had to fight. So it would have worked out. Then you could just,
like, pursue him even more, because he's, like, back to being a pompous little cat, you know?
But anyways, I think that would have worked better.
I would have worked better.
I don't know about you. But then it ends, and he's like, at the end, he's like, let's go sail away to find Shrek.
Yeah, they play Come Sail Away by Styx.
Yeah.
I love that part of the movie.
And they find Shrek, but not yet, because they weren't going to show Shrek.
And they go to Far, Far Away,
which is Shrek
2. It's Shrektopia.
And Shrek 3.
Shrek 3? What? They just,
and it's also in Shrek 4.
Did they just move
They
there?
live there.
They live there. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. We got 5 minutes left. You wasted the whole episode talking about a stupid movie nobody cares about.
I don't know, man. You kind of agreed to watch it, man.
I agree. What do you mean I agreed to watch it?
You agreed to talk about it.
Okay.
So now for the last 5 minutes, we're going to talk about what we think about the Super Mario movie.
I think it's awesome.
It's going to be so good. It's definitely going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait for Chris Pratt. That's going to be so cool.
Chris Pratt's like, hey guys, I'm Mario. He talks in like his normal voice. It's pretty lit.
It is a Mario.
It's me, Mario. But yeah. When does it come out? It comes out
it's
like
April something.
April? Oh my gosh, that's so long away.
Yeah, I know. Jack Black Bowser though, that is spot on. That's great.
Jack Black, that was surprisingly good. Everyone was like, "Ha ha, Jack Black Bowser," but then
everybody, I always thought it would have been good.
What?
Because Jack Black, I feel like he suits Bowser pretty well.
I never. You just look up and it's like, dude, it's just spot on. Looks like
spot
Bowser.
On Bowser, exactly.
Yeah, if
he were a lizard, he would be Bowser.
He looked exactly like Bowser IRL.
I can't wait to see Jack Black versus Jim Carrey.
I can't wait to see. Oh wait, when is that? Is that like a movie?
No.
Jim Carrey.
I'm just saying, since Jim Carrey's Dr. Egghead or Eggman.
Dr. Egghead.
Dr. Eggman. I always mix them up.
What? How? Oh.
Because they're like basically the same thing.
Okay.
One's a Batman villain, one's a hedgehog destroyer.
Hedgehog destroyer. He has like a furnace that he puts all the hedgehogs in, and he doesn't let them out.
Very nice. Also, very glad to say that Jackson's gotten Terraria.
Yeah. Also, there's like a part in like this one Sonic game where like, Eggman's like arrests Sonic and he puts him in like a furnace, but then like the spirit of God is with Sonic so he doesn't die.
It's very nice of him. Oh,
yeah, very nice.
I forgot, Jackson.
Very nice of God to protect Sonic like that.
That's very loud.
No, it wasn't.
I forgot. I have a bag of coins here.
Oh, I've been really hungry.
Yep. He's like the money mouth thing from from Mario Odyssey.
Oh, it's like what's that like old machine where like it eats the ticket and
Oh, I don't know. But like here's your salary for
my salary. Wow.
Remember, because Quentin gave us $1 and you get 25%.
Sweet. Do I really get 25%?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But speaking of Quentin Whitaker, we have to. I'm going to say a few more things because since he did give us a whole $1, might as well say Quentin Whitaker is our sponsor. He just wanted a sponsor. He doesn't have anything that he wants to sponsor for.
We're promoting Quentin Whitaker.
We're promoting him as a person.
He's a pretty stand-up guy. Goes to church, sings his confessionals.
What? Wait. Sings his confessionals?
Yeah, he goes to the.
He confesses all his sins very often.
He's like, I once, Why
are you singing it?
Because I said he was singing it.
Oh.
Welcome to the Counter-Claim podcast, where we don't listen to each other.
You already said that.
Yeah, because I wasn't listening to myself from earlier. Oh. It's still topical. See?
Very nice.
Welcome to the Counter-Claim podcast, where we actually do listen to each other. But I was just
that's very new.
Yeah,
that's surprising.
It's called like subverting.
Jackson.
It's called subverting your expectations. I learned it from
Jackson added surprise to it.
It's called subverting expectations. I learned it from The Last Jedi.
Oh, very nice.
Good movie. This is the outro.
There's no outro. Let's just keep going. I'm talking normally.
Oh, well, you just ruined it. We have to cut it short. Okay,
now. No. Let's go into the next movie. So we're gonna talk about.
What is it? The Batman movie?
The Batman movie. Yeah, I've never seen that.
I saw it in theaters in 1966.
That's pretty cool. I like how they're all gangster and everything.
Oh wait. Oh, did you actually see the movie?
Yeah, I've definitely seen it.
It was pretty